Did you know that you could be eating the healthiest diet in the world and still not getting the nutrition that your body needs? In this video, I'm going to discuss the concept of assimilation, which is taking the nutrients that you've eaten, digested, and absorbed and actually turning them into new body parts. Digestion is probably one of the number one complaints that patients come to see me for, and it is also one of the most overlooked foundations of overall health because nutrients are only useful if your body can use them. And if your digestion is not working properly, then you are going to be nutritionally deficient. The body is constantly rebuilding itself every day. Every day your cells are dying. And the reason that you're not dead is because you are growing new cells. The important thing is that these new cells are healthy. And what we like to try to accomplish is getting your new cells to be healthier than your old cells. And that is how we improve health. That's the process of improving health. That's the process of de-aging a body. That's the process of longevity. That's the process of staying alive as long as you possibly can and being as healthy as you can. So, what I really want to focus on here a little bit is protein. Protein is something that is one of the most important nutrients for every person, every body, regardless of your age or activity level. It's not just about, bodybuilding and taking extra amino acids. So let's just talk about protein a little bit. Protein is made of amino acids. That's the building blocks for almost every structure and function in your body. Your body needs amino acids to make enzymes, and your body needs enzymes not just for digestion, but for every biochemical reaction going on in your body. Amino acids help to make hormones along with cholesterol. And hormones regulate your metabolism, your blood sugar, and like zillions of functions in your body. Amino acids are also needed for neurotransmitters. That's the substance that helps for nerve transmission. It influences your mood, your memory, your focus, your sleep quality. Amino acids are also critically important for antibodies, which is what your immune system uses to recognize and defend against invading pathogens. Amino acids also make up collagen and elastin, which is what your skin, hair, nails, joints, bones, tendons, ligaments, and blood vessels are made out of. And lastly, amino acids make up your muscle tissue that support your strength and balance and healthy aging, but also don't forget that your heart is a muscle. So when you're either protein deficient, you're not eating enough protein, and a lot of people don't, or you're not getting a good balance of amino acids because there's a lot of them and you need all of the different amino acids, or maybe you're eating enough protein and you're getting all your amino acids, but you're not digesting them properly, which we'll talk about in a minute, or your body can't assimilate them and use them for all these important functions. So without an adequate supply, your body cannot rebuild and repair and grow healthy new tissues. So the journey of protein starts, digestion always starts in your mouth with the breakdown of nutrients via saliva. There's enzymes in saliva. Saliva does more of the carbohydrate breakdown. Once your proteins hit your stomach, it's the stomach acid, the hydrochloric acid in your stomach that really start breaking down proteins. And, stomach acid has gotten a bad reputation as being a problem child and causing issues like reflux. But please, I say this on so many videos, please, stomach acid is not the bad guy. It's when either you don't have enough acid production or the acid is going in the wrong direction. And the solution is not to stop your stomach from producing acid or try to neutralize it. Then you're not going to break down your proteins. Once your proteins leave your stomach, they go into the small intestine where some more enzymes are secreted. And then you have the pancreas secreting enzymes that help proteases, they're called, to help break down proteins further. And then eventually these nutrients that are in the proteins get absorbed into your bloodstream. So digestion is an assembly line, and every organ involved, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the liver, gallbladder, pancreas, all have a job to do. This process also depends on other nutrients. So, for example, a lot of people don't know this. You need vitamin B6 in order to metabolize amino acids. So, if for some reason you're B6 deficient, you're not going to be, you can eat protein, but you're not going to be actually absorbing it properly. Older adults need to pay even more attention to protein intake because maintaining strength and muscle strength and balance and metabolism and bone health becomes more and more important as you age. Collagen is a very important protein that many of your body parts are made out of, including your bones and muscles. And when you start, your collagen production starts declining as you age. And this can lead to problems like higher risk of falling if you have muscle weakness or balance issues, and or weakened bones put you at risk for fracture. It's one of the causes of, one of the highest causes of mortality in the elderly is falling. So, common signs that you may not be assimilating nutrients properly. Some of the more obvious signs would be fatigue, slow healing, thinning hair, brittle nails, non-resilient skin. Those are just some of them. Those are the obvious signs, but many symptoms can be traced back to nutritional deficiencies or imbalances due to poor assimilation. And also, I mentioned stomach acid earlier. A lot of people are underproducing stomach acid, and that's a very common problem, widely misunderstood. Because generally, if you go to a medical doctor with reflux or heartburn or GERD, you get diagnosed with GERD, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to be prescribed what's called a proton pump inhibitor, which will stop your stomach from producing acid. And if low acid production is already the issue, you're in trouble. You're in trouble if you start taking those medications. So, what can cause some of these obstacles to proper digestion, absorption, and assimilation? I want to say the number one cause is exposure to toxins, especially through diet. There are so many things that we put in our mouth that actually damage the intestinal tract, the lining of the intestine. For example, bad quality gluten. For another example, the weed killer Roundup, also, it's called glyphosate. that actually destroys the intestinal lining. There are many medications that damage the intestine, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen and naproxen, antibiotics that kill your microbiome, antibiotics that are in food that you're eating, commercially raised cows and so meat and dairy commercially raised are loaded with antibiotics. All of these things can cause damage and interfere with the digestion, absorption, and assimilation process. So, some of the solutions: eat as clean and nutrient densely as possible. To find a small scale family farm in your area that grows clean, nutrient dense foods. Go on, I'll have it in the description of this video. Go on farmmatch.com/Dr. Cori to find a farm in the US where you can get the best quality food and not poison yourself. If you're outside the US, I have a different link also in the description of this video. Chew as thoroughly as possible because that begins the digestive process, and you will digest more effectively if you do that. Try to include protein every time you eat, good quality protein. So animal proteins that are excellent quality are going to be things like grass-fed beef and lamb, pasture-raised poultry, and eggs. Pasture raised is different than free range or cage free. Pasture raised means they're roaming around most of the time eating from the ground, but all poultry is their feed is subsidized with grain. So please keep that in mind. Wild caught fish, yes, there are some contaminants in the ocean, but the truth is that fish process the contaminants to a degree before they end up on your plate. So it's not quite as toxic as you would imagine. And then as far as plant proteins, there are a few plant proteins that contain all of the amino acids: hemp seeds, chia seeds, quinoa, and flax seed. The issue is that you have to eat a lot of it to get an adequate amount. So if you are a vegetarian, you need to keep that in mind. And also, you need to support your digestion whenever possible. I have a lot of videos on digestion, different parts of digestion, different things that you need to do in order to ensure that your digestion is adequate, effective, doing what it needs to do. But I want to talk a little bit specifically about making sure you're digesting protein and assimilating it. And I'm going to share some of my favorite products for protein digestion. So this first one is called Zypan, and Zypan is a digestive enzyme product that also has hydrochloric acid in it. So for those of us that are underproducing hydrochloric acid, Zypan is a godsend, and I cannot digest protein without taking Zypan with it. It helps to support and maintain proper gastric pH, and it's enterically coated to help the enzyme delivery get to the correct area of the digestive tract. It also has some pancreas enzymes in there. The next one is called ochrapepsin. So I like this because two things. One, the okra in there, the okra slime is very healing to the lining of the gut. It actually helps to pull mucus off they're called villi, little hairs in the small intestine. And the pepsin, which is a very important enzyme for digestion, can help dissolve mucus. So it can help clear mucus out of an inflamed gut. But you also need pepsin in order to digest collagen. So I have patients that take a lot of collagen, but it doesn't seem to be effective. It doesn't seem to be helping improve the quality of their hair, skin, nails, bones, joints, etc. And that is sometimes because they're underproducing pepsin. So okra pepsin is what we then recommend. The next one is called AL90, and this is broad spectrum digestive enzymes. So it has everything in it. It has enzymes to break down protein, carbs, fats, fiber. It also has beta glucans in it, which are very healing to the gut. You have a lot of the enzyme to absorb beta glucan. You have a lot of enzymes in here. This company, Allegheny, has a lot of different enzyme products. So it also, I thought I was going to show you. It also has MF90 and HP90, and each one has stronger enzyme formulations. So there's, depending on the condition of your digestive tract. But if you go on my website, drcori.com, and you just put digestive enzymes in, you'll see all of them. Next, I want to talk about amino acids. So perfect amino is what we use to help people who need to increase their protein intake when they're having trouble digesting it, because this is the easiest to utilize amino acid product that I've ever used. And it has all the essential amino acids in it. It comes in a tablet form, but it also comes in a powder form if you prefer to drink it. It's flavored, it's clean, um, it's sweetened with I think it's monk fruit, yeah. And a lot of my patients really like it. Um, we also have perfect amino with creatine in it. So creatine is great if you're working out. It's great for energy recovery support. And lately, there's gotten a lot of attention for helping people with other issues like improved sleep, menopause symptoms. So I started taking it myself just to see, and I actually started sleeping better. Who knew? This perfect amino with creatine also comes in a powder form if you prefer not taking tablets. The next thing I want to talk about is collagen. I have a whole video on collagen. I'm what I call a collagen snob. Quality matters. Quality is everything. A lot of collagen is contaminated with Roundup. So I did a lot of research and found some collagen brands that are certified glyphosate free. And in my collagen video, I go into a little bit of detail about why that's so important, not just to not poison yourself, but for the collagen to actually bind to your cells. So Perfect brand collagen is one of my favorites. It comes in plain and it also comes in chocolate. I'm going to admit I'm a little bit obsessed with the chocolate. I just absolutely love it. And it's very clean quality, organic cocoa. And it's sweetened with, again, with monk fruit. Um, this is my secret guilty pleasure. I take 4 scoops I take 2 plain and 2 chocolate every day. I have other collagens on my website that are clean. There's also another brand. Great Lakes Wellness brand, which is also excellent, and that comes in vanilla if you don't like chocolate and you want something sweeter. I mentioned earlier in the video that B6 is um, extremely important for protein metabolism. So I love this B6 product. It's very easily absorbed. It's made out of whole food. It's inexpensive, and it also has niacinamide in it. And niacinamide is a precursor to nicotinamide. And nicotine's gotten a lot of attention as being helpful for certain health conditions. And then also NAD, if you've been taking that or you're aware of it, it's supposed to be a supplement that helps with longevity and does all these amazing things for your health. But niacinamide is a precursor to NAD, and I much prefer using things in their biologically natural form. This is biologically compatible. This is how it's found in nature. And that is all my recommendations as far as supplements. Of course, if you just go on the website and put digestion in, you'll see so many of them. I just want to say that I monitor my patients' diets very carefully, and that's the number one thing that I do. But when I see somebody's eating a really clean, let's say whole food, organic, clean diet and the correct balance of nutrients, but they still are not feeling well, the first thing I look at is what is their body doing with that food? And is it actually getting where it needs to go? And this is one of the most important jobs that I have is to figure that out. So that's all I have for now. I hope this was helpful. If you need help with digestion, absorption, assimilation, or any other health issue, I can work with you individually, either with my comprehensive health improvement program or my customized supplement recommendation program. Just send me a message on my website or on my email at questions@drcori.com. Both will be in the description of this video. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button because it helps more people to find it. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, I would be very grateful if you will do that. That is my reward for doing these videos. And last and most importantly, please share this video with anyone you know that you think would find the information beneficial. I hope to see you again soon with more useful health information. And until then, please stay healthy.